Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Whether you're new or returning, it's always great to see you here, so thanks ever so much for checking in, watching this video, engaging with me. Everything that you've been doing is really meant a lot to me, so thank you. I'm hoping this will be a short video, but you know what, you know me, I really do love a good old natter and sometimes you can't shut me up. So this video will probably end up being a little bit longer than I'm expecting, but you know, hey ho, hopefully you can speed me up if you want. So what are we doing today? Well, we're not crafting today, sorry if that disappoints you, but I do have something very exciting to share. So we have hit, or we have hit, with your help, I have hit my first goal on YouTube. So it was a small goal, it was 50 subscribers. To me it means a huge amount. It's just a number, but for me it means that I'm doing something right for quite a few of you. That to me is a lovely number, but it means that I'm getting something right and I'm giving you something, or I'm doing something, maybe not in every video, but even if it's just some, I'm doing something that you like, and I'm doing stuff of value and that you can get enjoyment from, whether it's laughing at me, or whether it's, you know, liking what I'm coming up with, or whether it's getting some inspiration, or whether it's just enjoying a tutorial. The fact that you wanted to subscribe in the first place just shows to me, great, fab, I'm getting something right here. So I just want to thank all of you who have subscribed, liked, commented, engaged, messaged me, everything. It really does mean a lot to me, so I hope you know that. You can't see my face? Big grin on it right now, promise you that. So what are we going to do? Well, I always said that I would do a giveaway once we started hitting some of my goals for YouTube. The first one obviously being that 50 subscriber mark. So we hit it a bit quicker than I was expecting, which is amazing, but it does mean I have to start getting a shimmy on and make the giveaway prize. So what are we going to make? Well, I would like to do a loaded ephemera pocket for the first giveaway prize. I don't want to give too much away because I am going to be making it on camera, but it will be a pocket full of things that I'm going to make on camera, as well as, don't tell anyone, some vintage ephemera. Yes, real, genuine vintage ephemera, because I have a lot of it. I want to share it with you. You know, it might be some stamps, it might be some tickets, it might be some vintage envelopes, maybe even some letters. It might be some vintage papers and things, or it might be the whole lot. I haven't quite decided yet, but and it obviously depends what I've got in my stash at the time, but it will be vintage. Some of it, don't tell anyone, some of it will be antique. So, but of course there's also the handmade aspect to it, of course, as well. So I'm going to put all of the rules and instructions and all of that jazz in the description box below, but just to give you a run through of how it's going to work. I want to make each element of this loaded pocket on camera. So, you know, the first video will be the actual pocket base, making it and decorating it up. And then there will be a separate video for each piece of ephemera we make. And then there will be sort of a final reveal at the end, which I imagine will be when we announce who's going to win the prize. So what would I like you to do? Well, I would like you to comment on one of the giveaway videos. That counts as an entry. If you comment on more of the giveaway videos, then you'll get more entries. So if you comment on 2 giveaway videos, that's 2 entries, 3 videos, 3 entries, and so forth. Just the giveaway ones will count towards the prize. And obviously I'll make it clear when I'm doing the videos that it's a giveaway video, of course, help you out there. And what would I like you to comment? Well, for each video I'm going to make multiple of the same thing, partly to give you ideas of how you could approach things in different ways, but also partly for me to build up my stash as well at the same time as making this prize. So when you comment on the video, whichever video it is that you choose to comment on, or all of them, or multiple of them, I'd like you to choose your favourite thing that I made in that video. Just your favourite. You don't have to tell me why, but I would love it if you did. But you just have to tell me which one you like the most. Once we get to the end of the giveaway, whoever wins the prize, whoever's name gets drawn out of the hat, I will go through all of the comments and I will find what it is that they liked. Obviously, if they haven't commented on every single video, then I'll just have to pick some of the things for them, but that's okay. But, you know, hopefully they have commented on one of the videos in order to have won it, where they tell me something that they like. So, of course, I will make sure that piece is included, or that is the pocket they're going to receive. I hope that makes sense. As I say, I'll put all of this in the description box because I'm probably talking around in circles, as I normally do. But that's how I would like to do it. So, this was a short video, wasn't it? No. You're more than welcome to click away now. But I wanted to just give you a sneak preview, I suppose, of some of the papers that I've pulled in order to make this loaded pocket. So, this kit that you can see in front of me here. Actually, I'll focus on this one for now, and then we'll come back to the scrapbook papers. Now, this isn't all of the paper I want to use, it's just some. So this kit is by the lovely Ninine from Collage Type. I'm sure we all know and love her by now. So this is her, I want to call it the Birds and Botanicals kit, or it's Botanicals and Birds. It's something like that, but I will put a link to the kit in the description box below, just in case you haven't seen this one before. Now, it's a big kit, so I haven't printed off the whole amount. I've just pulled out the bird pages and the bird ephemera, because I'm going with birds. I feel very birdy. Is that a thing? I don't know. Yeah, I just really fancied working with birds. I wanted to give a break from, you know, Christmas and woodlands and fall and do something a little bit less seasonal. And I just felt like doing birds. So here's what we've got. So I've just I've printed out some. So these ones I've printed out onto white card. So I've got this lovely page here. These birds, I mean, aren't they gorgeous? I'm probably pulling that up so you can't even see it, but I love this page so much. That's that one. Oops. We've got this one here with this beautiful bird. And I already have some ideas of what I'm going to do with these straight away, so I'm super excited to get started. This page is on just white copy paper. I thought this part at the top here, I'm going to use the whole thing, of course, you know, I printed it, of course I will. But this top here, I kind of want to do this and use the top bit. To me, it kind of looks like some fancy birdie check. And I kind of want to do something fun with that. It might involve my embossing machine. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how we feel. This is on white card, I believe. Yes, white card. I've got this one here. Mainly for this part of the page, I just love the collaging that Ninine has done on that. Beautiful bird down there. And it's got a bit of pink in it too, which I love. So it's a bit of, we've got the sort of the grungy greens and browns, but there's an element of pinks and blues in this kit, which I just love. So, so we're going to have fun with this one. This is some, now there's multiple elements sheet. Again, I haven't printed all of them out. I've just printed this one onto white card. So we've got an envelope here and two squares, which I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those yet, but I do have an idea, so stay tuned. And then I did something different. I've never done it before, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. I printed onto linen effect paper. I know, different for me. And I adore it, I really do. So I chose this sheet to print onto the linen paper, mainly because of this image. There's those beautiful pink birds again. Now, the way Ninine has done some of these elements is they look really vintage. You know, there's some staining, there's some sort of like faded type, you know, fading from it being old, I suppose. You know, old in inverted brackets. And adding it onto the linen effect paper, I mean, I just wish you could feel it and see it like I can, because it really does feel like just, I can't wait to cut that out. And of course we've got all these other little elements here, which just look fantastic on the linen effect paper, so I'll definitely be doing that again. Not for every single page of every single kit, because this paper isn't cheap, but for when it's a really special piece of ephemera or an element that I feel deserves its place on linen effect paper, then I'm going to do that from now on. And in case you're wondering, you know, it's worth a check. I actually got a whole bundle of papers on eBay. There was linen effect paper, but there was also photo matte paper, which I haven't tried printing on yet, but I understand it's really good for journal pages, you know, when you're printing digitals. So I got a whole bundle of things for about £10, which is really cheap. So, you know, if in doubt and you have eBay, you know, where you live, it might be worth having a check because somebody might be distashing some stuff. So I was really lucky, I think. But you know, it's worth having a check because you never know what you might find on there. This is another page of elements that I've printed onto the linen effect paper. I liked the idea of giving these pockets some texture, and also these tags here. And the labels just look really, really fun. Lots of different colours there. And because they're blank labels, the linen effect paper does some really, really cool things. What else did I do? I bet you're wondering. Yes, I know. You can see it. You can see it. I printed on vellum for the very first time, and I'm so pleased with how it went. Honestly, I have been wanting to print on vellum for something like 7 or 8 months. That is a long time, isn't it? I have been too scared to. And you want to know why? Because I saw so many horror stories online, or, you know, in Facebook groups or on YouTube, where people were just talking about, you know, printers jamming and inks running and all sorts going on there. And I was too scared to give it a go. I started looking into DIY vellum paper, which people were making with, you know, normal copy paper and spreading oil across it. And it just looked so messy. I was like, I've got to give this a go. So I printed on vellum, and it actually turned out all right. So I had quite a thick vellum. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this. It's quite thick. Can you? I hope, does that give you an idea of the thickness? Hopefully it does. So it's quite thick vellum. It's definitely not, you know, it's much thicker than tracing paper. I got it from Amazon. I just typed into Amazon thick vellum paper because I wanted it for, you know, a few different reasons. So I thought thick would be better for me. It went through the printer just fine on its own. And then in terms of printer settings, I just have a bog standard inkjet printer. And I just changed it so that the, you can, like, on my printer you can choose what kind of like quality you want to print in. So you've got high, standard and draft. I went with draft, which apparently is supposed to use less ink. And so therefore when the vellum paper came out, it wasn't really wet or runny, or it didn't smear or anything. I just left it to dry for a bit, but I don't think I even needed to do that because it just came out like you see it now, really. The only other thing that I did was when it was coming out of the printer, it started to like curl up as it was coming out of the printer drawer, kind of like this. So I just kept an eye on it, and when I could see that happening, I just started like, not tugging it or pulling it, but I just started placing my hands underneath almost to guide it through, kind of like you would on a sewing machine, just to make sure that it was coming through flat. The only other thing I could think of that might have explained why it went so well is, and I know I'm nattering away again, but this might be useful to some of you because it was, you know, I found it useful for my own knowledge. For my printer, I don't have the ability to print double-sided as like an automatic thing. So when you put the, in my printer, when you put the paper in, it just simply comes through like this. So the way that you put the paper in, that's the side that gets printed on. So it's not like, you know, rolling over like this over some rollers or anything like that. It's simply just in and out like that. So that may have helped with the vellum to go through. But to be honest, I think the biggest thing was that it was thick vellum. That, I think, is one of the bigger keys, because it took the ink really well, and as I say, it was a good thickness to get through the machine. So I think that did help. Anyway, I'm blabbering. I hope that was helpful to some of you. So this is one of the sheets that I printed on vellum from Nanine's kit, mainly for this bird image, because I think that is just the perfect size for a some kind of window pocket, and I might use CD envelopes with it, so stay tuned for how we do that. What else did I print on vellum? I've got this one. I think I printed this on white card as well. I love this page so much. Again, there's lots of different elements of this that I can use for the vellum, like these pink birds at the top with the flowers. Oh, I just love that, so that will definitely be like a window type of element. And then I really like this this part down the side here, which is it's almost like some vintage ephemera with some leaves and things. I would really like to find out what I can do with that. So I haven't got a solid plan yet, but I will do. And then the final piece from Nanine's kit that I printed, this is another vellum sheet. was this one. Again, I think you've already seen this one with the collaged image here. This could get me two windows, two really fun windows, one with the bird in and one with this sort of ticket and stamp and stuff like that. Now on this side, this is obviously much darker. I actually really like how it's come across as like really like orangey and like an orange brown. And it reminds me of how sellotape goes when it's really old. Like if you've ever had like an antique ephemera or music sheet or something and someone has used tape, it comes off really like orangey and yeah, it's a really weird thing. Anyway, it reminds me of that printing on this vellum. So I'm thinking if I tear it off into strips, could I do something kind of fun with that? So we'll see. Maybe not for this project, but certainly at some point. Obviously I'm going to use everything that I've printed out, but I've got certain ideas for this project, and then obviously whatever's left over we can do other things with in future videos. And what else have we got? We have got some Tim Holtz. I thought Nanine's kit, so if I bring out one of the birds, and hopefully you'll be able to see why I thought this. I really thought her kit went really, really well with some of the Tim Holtz papers. So they're from his Wallflower paper pad, and I've just pulled out my favourite birdie ones that I want to use, because it kind of, you've got like the sort of the grunginess from Tim Holtz and the birds. So I felt like her kit just really went well with this. So, you know, any excuse to use it, right? I don't think I'll use the whole piece for this project. I kind of envision this one day being something in the folio envelope ballpark of places. But is this one on here on the right, this strip here, I really want to use this for something. So stay tuned, and I have to show you the back. I adore it. Green, birds, love it. This is another Tim Holtz from the same paper pad. I'm going to ignore the bugs for now, but I really like this strip here, and I like this down here for this project. So, can't see that down here. So I am going to work that in somehow as well. And I do like the back. It's like green tiles. So stay tuned for how we use those in this project. I have got ideas, as I say, but I don't want to give the game away. Alright, and then I've just pulled out some, I think these are all or mostly Stamperia papers. I've got this scrap here, just for the neutral element. This I really like. It's got cursive writing, and then it's got little splodges, almost like tea stained. So again, the grunginess and the neutral I felt really went well with these papers. I've got a couple of sheets here. These are just from some cheap scrap of paper. I'm not a huge fan of the back. I have used it for sort of small things, but I wouldn't use it as like a whole great big thing. But I like the grunginess of the back, so I'll be able to use that, I'm sure. And then the last one is this one. And for me, I adore it. This is Stamperia, and there's 3 very distinct sections on this paper pad. So I'm thinking, can we make some kind of trifold some way? So yeah, stay tuned. I have got ideas, but we'll take them one at a time, because hopefully it will help you in the process whilst giving us something fun to watch, hopefully. So that is what I've got so far. As I say, I'll be doing all my usual. I'll be including book pages and fussy cuts and different textures, and probably some fabrics and lace and things like that. You know, there's a lot that we can do with this. So I think that's it for now. I think I've jabbered on long enough. As I say, the giveaway instructions will be in the description box below for you to have a look over. And the next time you see me for this project, I will have cut up, cut everything down to what I want to use. And then we'll start working on the base of the Loaded Pocket Festival, and then all the luscious ephemera that's going to go inside after that part. So remember, if you would like to win the prize, please comment on the giveaway videos. Even if you just comment on one, that is one entry. Multiple videos is multiple entries. And you're telling me which is your favourite that we make in that video. So you just tell me your preference, and if you're the winner, I will take your preferences into account. Alright, thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.